Right there. Hello, everyone. We are here for round one of season five in OTLR. I am joined with Anki. You're going to be commentating for the Jeddah Grand Prix. I have a full grid today. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting race. Well, what's your thoughts on the race? Find this track.
Um, Tight walls, chaos. Usually, yeah.
How much are we betting for a lap one safety car? These drivers have raced here. I mean, they did race last week for a preseason race, but it wasn't a full grid then. Unlike today, which is a full grid, so anything can happen.
Yeah, that first sector as well. It's not the easiest to navigate, especially when everybody's bunched together.
It is the track is a very beautiful track. It's 27 turns, 6.1 kilometers long, which if I had to run that distance, I'd give up after reaching the first kilometer. It's full of walls. It's gonna be very. I think pole will be in at least into the 125s for like low 25s. I've been speaking to the drivers. That's what they have been saying. If you were here last week, you would know the lineup. But just as a reminder, here is the lineup. You have very strong pairings, like the McLaren from last season, while the constructors champions, Red Bull, Myth winning the preseason race. Which then his teammate is not here today. I'm not sure who's currently replacing him, but he will be missing out for the first race as well as Ryan. He won't be here as he hurt his ankle recently out of the race for today. Who do you think is most likely to be winning this race today? I think what would it take? The McLaren.
For me, I think it's going to be tight at the front end between a couple of people, Marius, Lorenz, and possibly, I think one of our reserves for today, who's, where is he? I shall find him. Leon, who's
So
in the Ferrari. There he is.
sorry, just having some technical difficulties there. That was my bad. But that to happen. Sorry. So well, yeah, what do you think who's gonna win today's race?
Me, I
But
think it's going to be tight with Lorenz. Luke, possibly, but definitely with Lorenz and Marius from what we've seen before of those two, and then Leon as well. I know him, and he's one at the reserve today in the Ferrari, and he could be one to stir up the fight at the front end. So yeah, I think there's a couple of people that could be there.
and as for the Division Two drivers that are now like part of the Division One, who do you think is gonna be the rest of the best when it comes to like the mid pack or the back markers at least?
Um, I'm gonna say Ty. I know him personally, but I'm not being biased or anything. I'm gonna say him because recently he's been really like smart with his strategy and patient, and it's paid off well for him. So just going off of how he's been racing recently, um, anything like that, he could be one to watch out to capitalize on things like a safety car or stuff like that because he's quite good with the strategies at the minute.
Yeah. And obviously he won that race last season in Silverstone Reverse, which was very surprising. A one stop around that track was not expected, but he managed to pull it off in the end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just seems to like. I mean, I had both sets of my tires puncture on me in that same race, so he had something that I didn't that allowed him to do the one stop.
We now get into qualifying. I think the Leon in the Ferrari will be the first one to set a time. So far, it's a 31.8 for Sector 1. I don't know what times are good for when it comes to the splits. We'll just go on the ride with you and see what happens towards the end of this 15 minutes we have. The Boss Moss is also not with us today. Is Luke as a reserve alongside. He's actually his teammate technically, two ET8 drivers. Oh, they do. So far, it's looking like a pretty strong lap from IRT Leon. What we can do is he's coming up towards the final corner here. When I do go around this track, I always find this part the most difficult braking, the braking zone. This in turn one. So far, he's looking like he's flying through this fields. I don't know what the times are going to be. Maybe like a 26, 27. We shall see as he crosses the line. Going to be a 26.6. That would be for him and his banker lap. Who is next to set a lap? I think it's Dr. Still that's next. Can he displace the Ferrari that's on top? No, he's slower than quite a few seconds. The Kick Sauber gets to 27.5 as all the times actually start to get in now. The Renz gets the quickest time on the board so far. Next to set a time, I think it's Marius. He crosses the line. Oh, he starts his lap, sorry. Who's actually next to set a line? I think
I think Goodman, yeah, he's just crossed the line. I was on board with him.
it was
Goodman's just gone into 6th.
P6, a 27.8 from him. That is pretty good. Got on board with some other people. J11 getting his lap. We've gone on board with him and see what he can do. And he, if going off by what I see, I think, was he a Division 1 or Division 2 driver last season, J11? This, I think he might be able to get at least the low 27s.
I think he was one of mine, yeah, so D2. I say one of mine, as in tier coordinator. I was tier 2, tier coordinator. For anybody that didn't know last season, so that's what I mean by one of mine. He was one of my racers.
So far, it is looking like a pretty clean lap. If we do have any purple sectors in the track map there, I'm not going to really follow it because I know there's been some issues where it doesn't actually display the right time. We'll just see what time he gets as he comes on this lap. But this is a very satisfying track to get right. Sometimes, like halfway through the lap, you can just get so locked in and just forget what you're doing. It's just like it's like Monaco, to be honest. So if you know every single corner and turn, I mean every straight and turn, it's like it's like what's the quote from that movie? Flying. Boss must sad to miss the first race. We are sad to not have you here. We'll miss you. As he crosses the line, 28.2 puts him P9. Go on board with Juice. I think Juice is about to cross the line. So far, looking at a pretty good lap. Where would it put him? P7 for 27.9. I think Luke is right here. He invalidated his lap, so he will get to set a time. So far, a 10th is split between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. At the end of this this qualifying session, who's going to come out on top? Tom is in the chat. Driver that didn't sign up for the season. What's your thoughts on that? Disgraceful.
Science guy right now and get himself down as a reserve. That's what he should be doing. There is it.
I think Myth is actually on an out lap, and I think I'm going to go on board with him when he sets his lap because last time out in the preseason race, I wasn't expecting that win from him. Obviously, I didn't know his pace back then. I don't know where he would belong when it comes to the field, but he won that race. I think he lost it just from a penalty. I think he got the race win from a penalty or lost it to a penalty. Either way, he was right at the front almost the entire race. We got a full grid today. There's going to be loads of on-track action. I hope the chances of a safety car has gone up by a lot. That would definitely bring some things into play when it comes to strategy. That Ty Clear back to Ty Clear is on the meet. We actually see that quite a bit from Ty Clear actually. Even from last season, he always does a banker lap on the mediums, and then goes on to the softs later on, which it is an advantage as we actually do a lobby restart after qualifying, so he won't have the disadvantage of not having the medium tires or having one less when the race comes by. So far, it's looking like a very clean lap, not invalidated yet. I usually invalidate in this corner, so he's managed to keep it really clean. Been very impressive time so far. Does say it's fastest sector 1 here. He got a 31 something. Didn't see any of that. But he's looking like he's flying. I think he might be in contention for pole. Maybe he can knock Lorenz off. If Glitch 10 was here, it would definitely be a fight between these two. But now that just Lorenz here, that was the, one of the quickest here. We'll see what Myth can do. Is Myth here last season or is this his debut season?
This is his first season, I believe.
First season.
He's one of the new ones in this season, yeah.
He actually
Not
has
a
a
name I
bit of a
recognise, unless he
wobble.
was a D1 racer.
I don't remember. I'm not sure. I probably
Yeah.
it's debut thing. I'll have to
Because
probably
I only
double check
popped in
with.
and out of the D1.
Yeah.
I was busy with the background stuff at the same time, as you do.
Crosses the line. What time would it be? He goes pole by a tenth almost. Just about gets ahead of Lorenz. Lorenz probably unexpecting this response from some of the other drivers. Definitely going to be good lap times from him. Who is next? Set a lap. The Kick Sauber. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name because I will I will botch it. But let's see what he can do. Can he get into the top 10 at least? Crosses the line. Goes P6 with 27.7. So it's pretty close grid all the way down from pretty much from P7 all the way down to P14 is tightly packed. Very close to getting each other up. As I think that, we have had our first DNF of the qualifying session. I think that's the Ferrari going into the wall. He's going to have to improve if he wants to set a time. Who's next? It's Sering Alpaca, I believe. No, he's on a start of his lap. Nobody cares who invalidated and goes pits.
Yeah, Myth has done a good lap there.
Sorry?
Myth.
Yeah, almost.
Himself ahead of Lorenz.
Just about almost a 10th. So who do you think is gonna win now?
That's the name I didn't put in the front force.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Lorenz, Leon. We're still waiting to see Luke put a lap, and then obviously Marius. He's not too far behind.
Marius is P4 currently, so he needs to find a few attempts if he wants to grab the top times from Myth and Lorenz, as his teammate is yet to actually set a lap. What Luke can do as well. First lap he invalidated. Can he get a better second lap? Let's see as he comes to the end of sector 2. As Lorenz grabs that back by, that is close. Almost 10 milliseconds. Pretty much split between the front two. And with one lap left to go, those two would definitely be improving. I think we might have to add someone on the list for a potential championship this season. Oh, it's Luke has a massive wobble. That's gonna lose. He's gonna lose a lot of time there. That was very close from Luke. He manages to keep it on track though and doesn't invalidate. Definitely not going to be a relative time, and he hits the wall. He's done a Yuki Tsunoda. Or no, was that Yuki? No, it's Max Verstappen, I think, in Jeddah. He's on a really good lap. And then he crashes right at the end.
Final corner, yeah.
Yeah. What is Sering Alpaca? I think he's on a fast lap. I'm not. No, he's not. He's recharging.
Season with Lewis. I think that was when he was back with Lewis when he checked Lewis in the race.
Oh, as Jack just hits the wall there and invalidates his lap. That's unfortunate for him. On board with Tycley, who is currently P17 with a 28.7. He's only a few hundredth of a second from gaining positions, but he needs to gain quite a few temps if he wants to get at least into the top 14. Can he do wonders? It's actually his first lap on the soft tires, sorry. He said he's bank a lap on the mediums. What can he do on the softs? Ratty now starts his out lap. So maybe he's trying to do a lanky special and just going out for one lap. Leon invalidated his lap, so that would be heat run over. Has time to come into the pits and set one more lap though. That's straight again. comes into high clear, setting another lap. Goes into so let's go on board with Ratty. Look at he do. He's halfway through his out lap. We'll be expecting him. Who do you think is the faster McLaren? Is it Ratty or is it Marius? Obviously Marius winning the championship, but he
Yeah.
almost lost that last season with what could have been a penalty, but luckily wasn't. But they also had a few collisions together last season. So as long as they get that sorted, I think that this is the strongest driver lineup. And I'm not saying that as a McLaren fan. I'm just saying that as from what I've seen last season. Got 4 minutes left on the clock. I think Ratty's this will be his only run, so hopefully he can make it really good. Is to keep it within the white lines. He doesn't want to invalidate, otherwise that could be his qualifying over. I think he might just about have enough time if anything does happen. Does he get the slipstream from the car in front when it's on no contact? I think so. He's going to be using the
Yeah,
Haas
I think
driver
there is
ahead of
still
him.
slip effect.
Using that Haas driver ahead of him to try and gain that just those extra temps. As he hits the wall, that's going to slow him down quite a bit. How much though as he comes towards the end of sector 2? So far it's a 1 minute flat. It is a purple sector for us, so that is a personal best even though first lap. I really don't like how it's showing purple sectors, even though it's probably not the fastest sector. But we'll see. So this is where the slipstream effect is going to come into play nicely here. What can he do? As he did hit the wall, so he's definitely going to lose time. But can he be at least the top 10? Looking very much likely. Versus the line, it's going to be a 27.3. Puts him P6. So not relative to the time he can actually do. Hopefully he's fueled just about enough so he can go again in the minutes time. But who is next to set a lap? As I think it Happy Barry. No, it's not him. It's his teammate. Sorry. I think he's first lap. Oh, not his first lap. His second lap. Currently sitting on a 27.7. Only almost 10 milliseconds actually. Look at the time between P10 and P11. 10 milliseconds. This is a very close field indeed. Definitely held between the front. Lorenz is also on an out lap. Can he gain even more an advantage over Myth? Picks Albert and validates his lap, so that'll be his run over. On board with the Mercedes driver, who is actually yet to set a valid lap. So we'll see what he can come up towards the end of his qualifying session. Hopefully he can set a lap. If he validates now, that's going to be P20 for Luke. Man who recently passed his driving test. Can he drive around this track without getting a validated lap? So far it's looking like a pretty clean lap. There's someone needed an invite back to. I didn't realize, but someone said they been booted out the game.
Yeah, it hasn't,
Was that
come up
ages
on
ago?
my end. It's at the bottom of the screen, yeah. Nothing come up for me, so I apologise for that. Let's find out where it is. Where is it?
It's J11. It's in the pits right now, but
yeah, it didn't come up on my screen saying anybody left.
yeah, neither here. Finally does set a valid lap. What time would it be? Oh, as he get damaged right at the end. It's only P17 for him. That is very unfortunate for him. As I think that's Myth pushing his lap. I think it's Muncher that's next to set a lap. 5 tenths up in his previous lap. That would put him at least maybe P12, maybe to the top 10. Is he? Oh yeah, he back. What can Muncher do? Coming up towards the line now. Crosses it only P12. Just 11 milliseconds away from getting that time. That's very unfortunate for him. Sid goes P6. Almost beating PW Jones's time. It's very close for him. PW Jones is actually improving by 3 attempts though. It might just about P4. Unless he can get some good corner exit here, it's looking like it's definitely going to be P4 from him. Unless Marius can improve on his laps. It goes P4 for 26.7. Next kick Sauber goes P8. Who is next to set a lap? Is it Goodman? Goodman is on a slow lap, so it won't be him. Staring Alpaca is on a lap. This is yellow flags at the end of sector 1. Staring Alpaca is a 1/10 up in his time. Still would stay the same position. Wouldn't lose that many positions, so I think it might be a P12 for Staring Alpaca unless he can improve in this final corner here. Oh, I didn't realize this. The Ferrari goes pole by 2 attempts. That didn't even appear on my screen. I'm sorry I missed that. At 26.2, flying past Myth and the Wrens. That's going to be our first pole sitter of the season. And it wasn't who we expected. That is a
I
very,
snatched
that
it
is a
right.
very strong lap. IRT Leon gets pole. Snatches it just ahead of Lorenz. So Lorenz must have had a stinky last lap, as he is a tenth and a half back from the Ferrari driver. I think, I mean, it's not a close gap between obviously last and first, but if you look at the gap between person ahead and the person behind, it is very close. Like for example, P5 all the way down to P7. It's only separated by a few hundredths of a second. Same. Look at Ratty and the kick Sauber as well, only separated by almost 3 milliseconds. So very close field here. I don't know who's gonna win now. Obviously, quali pace is one thing and race pace is another. If we are going off race pace, I think Myth might have the advantage. But anything can happen as this track is pretty common with safety cars.
Well, it's a nice straightforward one this week with the reset because obviously first week of the season, no penalties or anything to apply. That not that I've been told of that have carried over anyway, so I'm pretty sure it's
As
just
as
as it
actually,
was.
to go back to the calendar. Today's race is obviously Jeddah, but next week is Monaco. If we have a full grid at Monaco next week, that is going to be carnage. And literally, I
It'd be the
honestly,
first time I've commentated on Monaco, so it'd be interesting.
I th I think even though like with the fast drivers like Myth, Lorenz, and that like IoT, anyone can get pole in Monaco as long as they practice. I'm pretty sure. And whoever gets pole is pretty much won unless something happens. Because obviously, it's a mandatory 2-stop in this game. They haven't changed it, even though they've changed it back with they changed it back into IRL with the 1-stop. I wish the game did that, but obviously because they're losers. But Monaco is going to be interesting. What do you think is going to be your favorite track in this season, or favorite to at least watch people racing?
Uh, probably Brazil. Yeah, I reckon Brazil or possibly Austin could round
I mean,
6.
I mean Austin as like as the last round going to be very interesting. Oh, not Austin, Austria. Sorry.
Or Austria, yeah, Austria
Wait, are we
definitely.
doing? Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah,
Wait, do I
Austin
even
round
have
6
the
and Austria round
updated? Is this the
12.
updated calendar? We have changed something, right? Need to double check. This is the updated calendar. I know that we changed it due to some issues on some tracks, right?
I think so. Yeah, the update one that was put in there the
Oh,
other day
okay. Yeah,
into
that's
the
my
calendar
bad.
channel.
So the calendar you're seeing on screen isn't the the active calendar. Round 6, where Brazil would be, that has been moved. Um, that is now on. My bad, guys. I didn't realize that it was there. Right. Sorry for it looking weird. It had to be a rush job. But if you can see it, this is the calendar, the updated one. We had to change a few tracks. Um, yeah. uh, Zanvol is on there. Zanvol is probably one of my favorites. Yeah, so the changes
Yeah,
we've
not
made
backwards.
is we've moved Brazil later down the calendar, and Austin's now where Brazil was, and then Zandvoort has replaced Abu Dhabi, so we're not racing there. Unfortunately. Maybe I should use the other calendar, one that was right. Just getting ready for the lobby restart. That was that's very interesting, Quelly. Obviously, in managing having to watch 20 people and do their laps, obviously we're gonna miss a few people set their times. But I didn't even see Leon get pole in the end, so that's very unfortunate. But it was a crazy lap from him in the end, grabbing it by 2 tenths. So compared to last season, I think the championship fight is going to be on between more than 3 people. Obviously, anything can happen. People have personal things, so they might miss some races. But I still think it's going to be a very close fight towards.
Yeah, one person that did surprise me was Jack. He got a nice lap in. He
That
managed to put himself into 6th.
very decent lap from here. As who was it? I think it was one of the kick Saubers that those two were really close. I think separated by 3 milliseconds as well. They're some pretty good lap times. So now that we've
And
seen
Sid as well.
qualifying and seen like the sort of pace that the drivers have, do you think it's going to be a very close fight between Myth, Lorenz, and also Leon? I think if I read the
Yeah.
chat, I think Leon is actually the only multiple championship winner or like previous championship winner. I don't remember seeing him last season, but I think he was here before. Obviously, you would know much longer than I have. Well, Marius is time. We have multiple championship winners. Who this season? Can they make it 3 this season? Will we have a brand new?
I, th I think we could have a new one with how it's going. Like, well, it's hard to sort of put one or two. I'd say there's a chance of 4 or 5
So IRT Leon is the
people.
season 1 and season 2 champion, and then the season 3 and season 4 belongs to Marius. I think there are also the 2 drivers that like I know everyone's teammates, but I think they're like generally teammates. They like sit in a call with each other and go through strategies and help each other out. Like some other drivers, I don't think you have that many like internal teams where, like say for example, the 2 Alpines, they're just teammates that race it. They need help, they help each other. I think those guys plan their races. I think that's why they also won last season as well. I mean, they also obviously did collide. I think my first race that I was here, they collided in Austria. Hopefully they don't do that this season. If they do, they might be able to win the constructors again. Should be getting going. I have 25 laps of racing. Everyone is very interested. Hopefully everyone has a better race than I have had today. Hopefully no one dives bomb into turn one. That wouldn't be good. You don't want to first. So how many rounds did we get into
Yeah,
last
sure.
season before there was a safety car? I think it was Miami,
For
right?
me in D2, it was quite. I think we got like halfway through the season in D2. It
Yeah, I think it was around
was
Miami where
quite
we got a
late.
first safety car because it was raining. Hopefully we can beat that streak this season.
That'd be nice.
Hopefully I haven't jinxed it. I'll touch a wood, but
We include all kind of safety car and that. So that was no VSCs, no safety cars, nothing for at least half the season for D2. It was surprising that
and then I come
like
along and there's a safety car the week after.
this track is notorious for it, even with the best of drivers. So
As for the people in the chat, put your predictions on who you think is going to win. What do you think the strategy is going to be? I think it's going to either be a one stop or a two stop. And obviously this track is mainly just turns. Obviously highway would be
I
difficult.
think too. Um, I think it depends. I know in a 25%, uh, it was difficult to do the one stop. Obviously, it acts differently in a 50. Yeah, I think for following cars, that's probably potentially going to be a two stop because they're going to take more out of the tire. But yeah,
As actually, I think one thing I'm going to track this season as well is the margin between P1 and P2 at the end of the race. As we're actually about to go racing in a few moments' time, who is going to get a better start? Would it be Lorenz? Would it be Leon? As the lights go out, it's looking like a pretty equal good start here. As it's a very quick start. I think Lorenz actually got the jump on the Ferrari. They're going
yeah,
wheel
he
to
did.
wheel during. Oh, they're
Oh,
actually. Oh, is
oh,
this
the
a
Ferrari's
collision
on
at the
top of
back?
him on my screen.
Yeah, same here. They are literally. They are
They are on
making a
top of each other. What is
Ferrari Mercedes
going on?
child right here. That is.
They are.
As you got
This is
Goodman
brand new.
crushing out the back. That was. As Lorenz. Oh, Leon go
Someone else.
wide. Lorenz gets the lead
Yeah, they
there.
managed to break apart now. Yeah, like that was
That was very strange indeed.
that was very new. What was that?
Yeah. That was very close. I think there was some there's a collision at the back as well. I clear. Oh, who was that? Was that Sid? I think Sid hit the wall. He's missing his whole front wing. So that is no, he's just missing an end plate. That's manageable. That's very unfortunate for Sid. Ratty getting back up there. Now P8. Does he already have a 3-second penalty for Goodman? I think he picked up some wing damage from the collision at the lap 1. Very unfortunate. What can Marius do on PW Jones as he's right up his gearbox? Gutierrez is not activated yet, but he'll be burning through his back cheese to try and get past. But PW Jones does well to cover him off. As there's an overtake at the back, that is Dr. Still. Oh, as who is that? That is Searing Alpaca, who is in the wall. Will that be a safety car? I don't know. Yeah, that is a virtual safety car on the grid. As who is that? There's another crash. That is Muncher, who's into the wall and falls to the back of the grid. As there's now a virtual safety car. So we shouldn't have said it. We shouldn't have said it. Lap 2, there's already a virtual safety car. As Goodman retires. I think some people might follow with him. That is a very hectic start. We had a bunch of fighting at the front, a bunch of fighting at the back. The back obviously not being as clean as they wanted to, and ending in some of those people's demise. As we look at the positions gained, Luke gaining 5 positions, P20 to P12. as there is a 10-second penalty for Juice. Maybe a driver just going a bit too slowly and
Severe
going into the back
collision.
of him. I have no clue. I think someone
Yeah.
hit the wall and turned into him. I think that's how Muncher got out. It's very unfortunate, but we'll probably see. I think the stewards are going to be busy for race 1. This virtual safety car. Is it the safety car or virtual? I'm pretty sure
Definitely,
it's...
possibly from lap 1.
That means we also have another 2 laps without DRS. DRS is... Oh, it's enabled now. Okay. To go back racing, Leon is
Yeah, it
right
was.
up the back of Lorenz.
So I've seen that Juice with that contact. He's got damage from it, but he's still finding a way to make a move on Narvel and got the move done. But yeah, he got damage from that contact.
Marius
Under the
actually
VSP.
makes a move on PW Jones along the inside. Ratty also doing the same thing towards Jack at the back. As Leon makes a good move on the inside, passing Lorenz for turn 1. Manages to stay ahead. Drivers enter the pits, probably just to fix some wing damage that they have. That is Dr. Steel about to overtake Ratty. Can he make the move and stick? No, he can't. Gonna have to try again later on down the line. So far, it's been a very few intense first laps. It's unfortunate for the Red Bull driver, who is, I think, he is reserving in for Glitch 10. He's not here today.
No,
Fine,
but
I
now
think
he's back underway. This very everybody's within a second, all the way from 14th to 1st.
yeah, a huge DRS train. If it stays this way, strategies might have to change. There's actually only 2 drivers started on the no, 3 drivers started on the hard compound tires. Maybe they might be going for the 1 stop or just extending the first stint and going for the 2. Now Juice falls out of the DRS zone of Dr. Still, so no, we now currently have 2 DRS trains going on as there's a fight between the back. Juice doing well to cover off Luke, but Luke might have this in the DRS zone as Juice goes into the pit as he has front end plate damage.
Lorenz has just made a move on Leon in his turn 1.
Very nice. That puts him ahead, but how long for? So far from what we've seen, these guys swapping places every time they get to turn 1. So maybe that's it. You just have, if you're in second place when it comes to lap 24, you might have a great chance of winning this race if you're close enough behind. On board with Ratty, who's currently chasing down Happy Barry in the kick sour. 3 attempts. Can he get him on this upcoming DRS straight? See the kick sour ahead, just recharging his battery, trying to use it as much as he can. He also does have DRS, so he might be able to maintain that gap coming up towards the very fast chicane. One of the most satisfying in this track. On board with Leon as he's gaining a bunch of time on Lorenz. Can he make a move into this corner as he tries to look onto the inside but backs down a bit, probably just waiting for the main straight as I think there's a big collision at the back actually between Juice and Muncher. Was momentarily a yellow flag. It has gone past though. Leon goes along the inside of Lorenz. Is he going to make that move stick? Yes, he is. And now Myth is now currently right behind Lorenz and is going to be attacking.
Yeah, these guys have stayed really tight up the front. It's going to be an interesting fight.
This is anyone's game from P1 all the way down to P7. As the DRS train does begin to spread a bit. The fight is on between P1 down to P7. Leon leading the way. It's gaining quite a few attempts on Lorenz as well as he has to defend from Myth behind. Kick Sauber chasing down PW Jones. What can he do? The Kick Sauber's done well to maintain his position. Qualified P6 and still currently P6 in the end. as there was a few cars stopped. I don't know what's happening at the back between as Juice gets disqualified. I don't know what happened there. Something happened between him and Muncher that caused him to get disqualified. I hope you guys are ready for after this race. I think
Well, I think we're looking at that one.
I don't know what happened there to get disqualified on lap 5, but we'll see. Lorenz is probably going to make a move and probably get past Leon, if anything, like Rob's driving backwards. Yeah, maybe that's probably most likely. Probably got spun around. Doesn't make a move this time, so has to prioritize defending from Myth. So Leon might build a bit of advantage, depending on how much he defends from Myth here. As Ratty now falls out of DRS from PW Jones. He will definitely be under threat from Capybara now. Jack gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. Will be the next person to make a move. It is looking like it might be Myth. Muncher retiring in the pit. That is his race over. Definitely won't be happy about that, especially with a good last preseason race. I'm 6 laps in and the top 6 are all within a second of each other as Myth is right up the gearbox of Lorenz. Will he make a move into this corner here? Probably not. No, he wants to get that DRS. As I think what you find a lot in this track, Leon was quite a few seconds ahead. I think Myth would wait to the DRS protection point before actually making a move, which he's probably about to do here. Lorenz does well to cover off. Happy Barry now falls out of the DRS from Ratty. The Ratty is no longer under threat. As almost the whole back marker of the midfield is now out of each other's DRS, apart from the top 6.
I'm surprised. Like, I thought it was going to be tight, but it's stayed really tight between this front pack.
Luke is right on the gearbox of Jack. Will he try and make a move coming up towards this hairpin? Don't think he's close enough just yet. Got in behind for now. Feel like Leon is looking for where he can go gap Lorenz. Yeah, I mean, if Myth keeps on fighting with Lorenz and trying to get the overtake done, I think he could get it pretty soon. As there's Sid retires, and that is a full safety car. So 6 laps in, we'll probably be looking for now. Officially going to be a 2-stop. Oof. I don't know what tyre wear is like. I think most drivers will opt to pit.
Definitely medium runners, I think.
Yeah, as everyone comes into the pits. Hopefully no one gets a 10-second penalty here. That wouldn't be good.
It looked like Sid's car was right at the end of that S section. The sector one, so he's probably caught the curb on the way out.
All up to go into the hards. PW Jones staying out. I think he's staying out. It was in the pits. No, he's in the pits, sorry. The only one to stay out is Dr. Steele, who was on 7-lap hard tyres. I don't know if that was the right call, staying out on the hards. I mean, I think it was actually the only call from him, actually.
Because I don't think... yeah. You probably... yeah. It probably would have been better to pit, but then... It depends if they pick the harder allocation.
Yeah, I think that would be...
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
It also depends what sort of tyre is like good for this track. For example, Zandvoort, the hard compound tyres, in my opinion, are better than the mediums when it comes to the race. Obviously, this track could be different, so I'm not sure. but it definitely will be a two-stop now. One medium tire has already been gone. So if there's another safety car, I don't know what's gonna. They would actually have to go into the mediums again and then hit to the softs. But see, as actually, I don't know what happened. The Ren's fall back to P5. The Ren's P5 now was
A wing
P2.
change, possibly.
Might
It's the only thing I
possibly.
can think of under the pit stop.
He might have actually got held up because all the cars coming into the pits. If he went out, it would have been an unsafe release. We should have actually 2 more laps of this safety car as we have to get Sering Alpaca to catch up and also the Kick Sauber. Who is that? Was that Marius? Marius just going wide and the Renz gets ahead of him. We have some safety car overtakes.
I'm wondering if you're right, if he got held in the pits and these guys being good sportsmanship, showing a bit of good sportsmanship, and they're allowing him to get his position back. That's what it appeared like there.
Yeah,
Because
but
Red Bull
if
did it
that
as well.
happened, he would still. Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe then.
Yeah, so I think maybe you were right with maybe like yeah he got held up in the pit or something, and they realised and they've been good. Fair play to him. Yeah, it was nice of him.
But wouldn't they get a 10-second penalty? I don't know how they would make that work.
No, because they've gone off track. It allows the car behind to overtake
Oh, okay, that makes
because it
sense.
thinks because you're off track.
Yeah.
So that it appears that's what they've done. I mean, you don't see that often. You know, a lot of people would have been like, "No, I'm having that position. Thank you very much." Like, fair play to him for that.
As Sering Alpaca is
It's a
almost
game.
at the back of the grid. Sorry?
No, I was going to say something and you started, so I was like,
Oh
you
no, sorry,
carry
you
on.
can carry on. I was just saying he's almost catched up.
Yeah, he's almost there. So hopefully, where are they on the lap? Yeah,
They
we
are.
should possibly get the call then this lap.
Yeah, it's here now. Coming in. So who's gonna get Dr. Still might potentially he's either if he manages to keep his lead coming to turn 1, I'd be very surprised. 8 laps on the tyres already.
I mean, if he's trying to one stop, he's going to want to drag them to 14, isn't he? Like 14, 15, and then 10 on the medium, or somewhere around that, maybe 12 onwards. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know for 50% what the wear is like.
Oh, as someone might get a 10-second penalty there. I'm pretty sure there was a collision right there. As he's lucky he didn't. I definitely probably would have got one if I collided like that. Just a slight. As I think Doctor Still had a good jump. He's still ahead coming into turn 1. Jack makes a move and somebody cares, gets ahead. I think those two are fighting pretty hard. Going side by side actually. Who's going to stay ahead as he comes up towards this turn now? As I think the Alpine driver just slots in behind. Fifth getting past Lorenz. Lorenz just going a bit wide. Losing out 2 positions there.
I imagine these hards on that restart were not very nice and cold. You know, they were cold. But Dr. Steele, he's
Doing well. 5 tenths ahead in the lead. I
yeah,
wasn't
he's.
expecting this far in after the
I was
safety car.
expecting to see more traction difference with the fresher tyres behind, but either they're struggling to fire them up, or he's just nailing his apexes at the minute.
as I think DRS is activated this lap, so he might be able to get the move done. I think we're about to see. Oh, no, it's not active this lap. Oh, it is, but it's not going to be open for this turn. He still might be able to make the move. They actually go wheel to wheel, banging wheels. Oh, he gets a 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings. That is his first off-track penalty. Myth uses that to his advantage, gets into P2. The Renz just about doesn't get past Dr. Still, but he probably will coming up towards the next few corners.
Yeah, it didn't look like Leon was left the most amount of space for turn 2. But, you know, it's hard racing. Good little attempt. Obviously, Leon looked like he was trying to set himself up around the outside of turn 1 to put him on the inside, but it just didn't pay off that time. I mean, it did, but it cost him the penalty.
As Marius is getting pretty close to the back of Lorenz, who doesn't have DRS from Myth.
You got PW getting through on Dr. Steel. I saw some carbon fiber fly. Oh, first
Oh,
PW
that's
on the wall.
yeah, that is. Oh, that's unfortunate for him as he drops bound to the back.
Dr. Steel there.
Can he continue? What's the damage looking like? Oh yeah, that's his front wing gong. That's his front wing gong.
Yeah, it's damaged.
Right, he gets past Dr. Still. I think Myth might be making a move here. Yes, he does. Myth, the quickest lap set.
You able to take the tyre graphic? Away.
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go. There we go. As the DRS train has now finally come to an end, it's between Myth and IRT Leon. The safety car has really shook up a few things. Willow Jones goes into the pits. That's very unfortunate of him. He also had a pretty good run. He had really good pace in the pre-season. I think if you take away what just happened there, I think he would have finished in a pretty good position.
Yeah, he was having a strong race. It's unfortunate, like I say, it's one of those tracks. It's tight, it's walls. There's nowhere to run off wide. When you have moments like that, it's just the wall, and that's it.
As talking about someone you mentioned earlier, Jack is actually in a pretty good position here. P6.
Yeah. So I think there was something. He was either learning either wheel or no. I think it was no assist. I think he's now on no assist or something, and he's taken a bit of time to find his feet. But
oh, as there's another safety car in lap 13. That is unfortunate. The kick Sauber just going wide and hitting the wall. That is very unfortunate there. That's going to be our second safety car of the season. Well, no, technically our third, but it's unfortunate.
and that helps PW a little bit. Brings them back to the pack. So
I
he'll be
don't
happy
think.
with the safety car.
I think it's been 5 laps on these tires. I mean, it's like 2 laps away from them needing to pit anyway. But I think they stay out here because they can't go into the hards because they definitely won't last to the end. And if they go into the mediums, they're definitely going to need another safety car to go into the softs. I think we'll see most drivers stay out. So far, I think it's been a mixed race this first season. It's been a really close fight between the back. Then there's also been some scrappy moments where we already also have like P16 down to P20 not being able to finish the race. Obviously, we don't know what happened with Juice. I'm sure that would get reviewed, but I think some drivers do go into the pits. I'm curious to what their strategy will be. I don't think the medium tires would go the 16 more laps that they have to do. Oh, as Marius, I think. No, that was just me. I don't know what happened there. Looked like someone went into the back of the Rens for a second. I think today's race win would definitely be Leon and Myth. I mean, if that does happen, it will go to Myth, unless he obviously gets the 3-second penalty. But I think as of terms of who will cross the line first, it will be between those. Should have one more lap just to allow Jones to up.
So we got the front four all on 7-lap hards, and Myth was saying that he thought this was a VSC and didn't pit. So I imagine he was wanting the mediums or something.
I still don't think the mediums would go that long though. We have 10 more laps left. Don't know why I said 16 earlier. Actually, no, so they might last.
They're lighter on fuel, and yeah,
As I think the
they'll
range is
probably be able to
actually.
stretch them.
I think the range is actually the only one on fresh tyres right now. As he recently definitely picked to the harder compound. As he's on his second set of hard tyres, I believe. Yeah. So who knows? The Rennes could actually be in for the win here. Done the much fresher tyres than the 4 people in front of him. Doesn't have a penalty. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully PW Jones can catch up. He's got 11 seconds to gain if he wants to at least gain a few positions in the final 10 laps here. Should find out as they exit the upcoming corner. Will it be in this lap? I don't think it will be. I think we're having one more lap. Or it's going to be a really late call-in. One of the two. As it's a really late call-in there. Should be going racing in time. Go on board and see what happens. Who's actually... It's the top 3 all on... Oh, there's another 10-second penalty. That's not the first time this race we've had that. That's very unfortunate for him. Doctor still makes the move. Jack just about gets past Marius on the kick Sauber as well. The kick Sauber actually spins, I think, dropping to the back of the grid. Gonna be unfortunate for him. Hopefully there's not... He carries on, I believe. So that's him. Leon's still in the lead, followed by Myth and Ratty. The range is 1/10 back. As I think there's another crash. That's Dr. Steele out, and there's another virtual safety car. Somebody cares gets a 10-second penalty. So, obviously, it's going to be a very, very shaky race for everyone. It's been a while since our last official race. Hopefully, everyone bounces back in Monaco. Oh, it's a full safety car. This is great for Myth and actually, no, it's not. They're going to fall to the back of the grid. This is also huge for like the likes of PW Jones as well, actually. So this race is potentially on for Lorenz, Marius, and possibly Jack. So do you think Jack? Oh no, he's got a 9-second penalty. So take away that, the podium could be staring Alpaca, Lorenz, and Marius if Myth, Ratty, and Leon pit. Could be a very interesting. I generally don't know who's going to win anymore. This is yeah. What are your thoughts onto the like end of this race? Because as they don't choose to pit, that's a very interesting call for, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I can't put a name on the winner at the minute. Leon's obviously racing strong, being up in front most of the race so far, but he's got that penalty.
And he's also got the
Yeah.
top three are on 9 laps on their tires. Lorenz is P4, the only one at the front on fresher tires. PW Jones, the safety car has kind of helped him quite a bit. He's currently P8 with 2 drivers ahead of him penalties.
It's definitely a damage limitation after that incident for him, and he's got himself back up there. So
I think even with that spin, if he manages to get back to P6, I don't think he loses out on any positions. I think he just stayed where he qualified. Or loses one. I'm not sure exactly where he was, but I have a feeling there's going to be another 10-second penalty. Yep. Oh, I called it. I called it. It's always going to be a 10-second penalty during a safety car. I think that's Jack, who is having a great race, but it now has a 19-second penalty from the same, 2 of them being the same reason, and it's collisions during a safety car. Obviously, I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing the car ahead went too hard on the brakes and he just went into the back of him, picked up a 10-second. So far, the middle towards the end of this race is pretty much just only been safety cars. Staring Alpaca hits again. He will probably most likely miss the safety car restart. Should be in at the end of this lap, if not the next one. It's what I'm hoping for. It's not a repeat of Mexico. There's a virtual safety car or a safety car right near the end of the race, and then we miss out on those last few laps of racing.
I can't believe they did that in the IRL race. Have you seen where signs went off?
Yeah, he
Like,
was
there was
behind
no
the
reason
wall.
for it. Yeah, absolutely no reason for it. Yellow
What's
flag was enough.
what annoys me is that people say, "Oh, I'm so glad for that." I was like, "No, that would have been a great fight." I think Max would
Yeah,
have got him
we got
anyway.
robbed of absolute cinema of two different battles for the
Hmm.
last couple of laps. Well, last lap mainly, but
I mean, the people, the Sky Sports people are saying now Max still mathematically has a chance.
oh, that's a late call.
So yeah, there's, I think that was 3 laps. Sering Alpaca caught up just in time actually. I think that's why it happened the last safety car restart, no more than 3 laps ago. Hopefully we don't have another one until the end of the race now.
Good jump off of Leon.
And Lorenz make a jump on to Ratti, the wheel to wheel, keeping it clean. Imagine if the whole race was like that. As Marius uses that to his advantage, can he get past his teammate? I think he can. Although going to be wheel to wheel, he just slots in behind his teammates. Ratti there, losing out on 2 positions. What about Luke? Luke is almost about to overtake Jack. Does have a 19-second penalty, but that's unfortunate for Jack. He was having such a great race.
Myth. He is. He's a very strong race. He's got
And so there's
Lorenz all over his
oh
back end at
yeah,
the minute.
I think he touched the back of his rear wing right there. Where's the diffuser? ERS is not activated this lap, but next lap it will be. Maybe he can make a move coming in. Do we think Lorenz can grab this win? As he tries to make a move
Looking
around
at
the
the grip
outside.
distance.
That is a...
Oh.
Oh, if he made that stick, that would have been a brilliant overtake. Driver's
Yeah,
doing
that's a
well to
difficult
keep
corner.
it clean. Marius is right up the diffuser of Lorenz as well. Would he make a move on the inside? Looking for it. Goes to the outside. Wheel to wheel right now. What can he do? Oh, there's a bit of a collision towards the end of that lap there. I think he's just about behind him. And Marius also gets ahead of Lorenz as well. So that is a very unfortunate, very scrappy. It's good racing right there, but it just didn't work out how he wanted. Marius locking up. If I was Myth, I'm definitely feeling the pressure of Marius and Lorenz. They're up his rear ends.
Yeah, they're almost pushing him through some of the corners.
This is an advantage though for the likes of Leon, as if he can gain that 3 seconds in these final 5 laps, he can take the win of the season. First win of the season. He's actually almost just about to break out with DRS. Oh, who was that? I think that was Lorenz who hit the wall there. I don't know if he's got any damage, but getting getting very racing. Maybe pushing just a bit too much. As Marius has a wobble as well. The Leon's definitely going to have to gain quite a few seconds. But I just realized if Leon finishes, if it finishes how it is, he drops down to P7, which would not be good for him. Very unfortunate. He needs to push and push as much as he can. What can Marius do on Myth coming up towards the DRS straight? I think Lorenz has front end plate damage.
Yeah, there's a pretty hefty bang on the wall.
Hopefully he can. Yeah, no, that he doesn't have end plate damage there, but I don't think he has any damage. But he's definitely getting scrappy. Maybe just pushing a bit too much. And Marius grab this win. All he has to do is get past Smith, and this win might be his. Gonna be a good few laps of racing coming up towards the end of this race. Can Ratti get ahead of Lorenz and potentially get McLaren a double podium? As you can just see Marius as he gets right up to the back of Myth. He wants to make that move. He's just trying to find the right moment to actually make it stick. Can he do it here? I don't think he will. I think he will wait for the straight. He's going to get right up to the diffuser of the car. Locks up a bit. Almost collides. Does well to keep it clean. I think he might be able to make this move stick here. Both of the cars have DRS, but he's going to be pushing as much as he can. Goes wheel to wheel. Can he make the move stick? Oh no, just about. Look how close that front three is.
No, Myth is still in prime position for that win if he can hold off the two cars behind. I mean, Ratties is still in the DRS of Lorenz as well, so there's still plenty of time for some shuffling to go on yet. It's going to be interesting last couple of laps.
As Cappy Barry does well to get past Jack. Got into P9. Now has to chase down Sering Alpaca. Is within the DRS, so it can be done. Fifth is almost out of DRS of Leon as well. Just about got into the DRS zone, so he's going to be able to get that back. I think Marius is going to make the move. These few. He's either going to slot behind him till lap 24, or he's going to make the move this lap. I think the play is just to stay behind him and then try and make that move onto that second to last lap. Because I think this track is pretty difficult when it comes to overtakes. I think the only overtaking opportunities is the back straight and maybe the start finish as well. Clear gets ahead of his teammate. Very close racing. Front to Marius. I think he's almost wheel to wheel with Myth.
Yeah, he's right on his diffuser now.
He's definitely waiting for next lap to make. Had so many opportunities where he can do it, but just decides not to. Or maybe they're working together to just stay within that DRS of Leon, which will drop him. It will drop him currently all the way down to P7. He's gonna have to make a move here if he wants to get that win. Ratty as well, out of the DRS of Lorenz. I don't think his teammate will hold Lorenz up that much, as he still wants to try and get ahead of Myth. I think this is the lap. I think Marius is going to do it this lap and get past Myth. Yellow flag. Sector 1. I think that's the man just retiring from the race. It looks like everyone's driving on ice. Leon and Myth are doing really well actually to manage their tire wear. Don't forget they are on like six older laps than backs of Marius and Lorenz. I think we might see a move being made here. I think Oh, I think Myth might just about have the gap. I think he might. Mario's going to try and make a move. Yes, he is, but he's not close enough. That is really good from Myth right there. Manages to stay P2. EW Jones is now P7 chasing down Luke. Does have a penalty. And I think that might be it. C coming up towards the back straight, but I think Myth might be our race 1 winner. Obviously, penalties can
Kept himself
still.
there and out of trouble. And then now he's obviously capitalised with the penalty. But let's see if he pushes for it on track because he's closing. Or he was down there.
I mean, we don't know what happened with Leon and that obviously that 3-second penalty at the safety car restart. Anything can. It might get taken away, it might not get taken away. But for
I think
now,
he's pushing to take it on track.
he does.
He is
If he does, he's
chasing
gonna
Leon
have
down
to.
here. He is.
As he's pretty much gained like how many
Go on.
attempts on
Right, go
Marius?
on. Yeah, go on. He is
Oh my god, he
going for
is.
it. He
He's
is
gonna make a move on the.
burning.
Oh my god. It's gonna be a last lap. DRS is gonna be activated right in a few
He wants it
seconds.
on track. He's
I
typical
think he
racer.
might take it. I think he might get it. Is he gonna make the move on the
He's
inside?
going.
Yes,
Oh,
he
oh!
is. He overtakes on track.
Did he get it?
Yes, he did. I think he
Did
did.
he...
I
I'm
think
waiting for
he.
Leon's time to pop up. Oh, I
I.
can't see the
I.
difference.
I know. I
Difference to
think he
leader.
did. I think he took. It's either will to will or he overtook him right at the last second as Luke
Difference to leader was
crashes.
3024. He
Oh.
just got it by 024.
As
Smith
Luke
got it by
crashes into
024.
the wall before the start finish. So that's very unfortunate. Crashing out right before.
Yeah,
That is
but
your
fair
race
enough.
winner.
You know,
That
he's
is
like, nah, I want this on track as well.
yeah.
He wants the boasting rights and he went for it.
Let's see what the time. That is very close between those two. That's a Myth with his first win. Marius almost could have got P1 but was unable to make the move on lap 24 coming towards the last lap. And Lorenz being P3. Definitely maybe would have been in contention for the lead. I think at a scrappy moment near the start of the race, dropped him back. EW Jones, also P6. He done well to bounce back from that spin. So Leon obviously crossed the line second, but with that penalty, finished 5. And that is our top 5. Obviously, staring out Packer finishing P8. That is a good first race from him. We did have quite a few DNFs this race and a few safety cars. But obviously, it's the first race back and everyone's going to be a bit scrappy. But hopefully, next time out, it won't be that bad. As I think I just saw Juice with a 26 penalties, 78-second time penalty altogether there. That was pretty close. You like to do interviews? Should we get people in?
uh, just yeah, and who was it? Leo? No, it
It
wasn't Leon.
was
He
Myth,
dropped out at the end.
Marius,
Yes,
and Lorenz.
that's the one. Lorenz. So Myth and Marius are going to join. Lorenz says he can't, so it would just be those two. That's our first and second, isn't it?
Yeah. Should we also
Yeah.
get Leon here? He did kind of finish second. I mean, might as well since
I mean, yeah, we
Lorenz.
can say put him as the third man. Get his view on that last little battle. Yeah, we'll obviously we'll go with Myth first. Don't know if you want to
Right.
start us going.
So P1 finisher, first race winner of the season. You got Myth here. That was a crazy finish from you at the end. He was doing well to cover off Marius, who got really close to overtaking you. And in that final lap, you just gained tremendous pace, broke out of DRS, and overtook Leon on the start finish rate to grab that win. Obviously, he had the penalty, so you would have been the one anyway. But to cross the line first and that overtake was very impressive. How did you find that race with all the safety cars and the virtual safety you had to deal with?
Um, yeah, safety cars were not ideal because, of course, there were three of them, or two of them, I don't remember, many BSCS as well. But yeah, it was fun race at the end for me, probably not for the guys behind, unfortunately, because they obviously couldn't benefit from the lack of slipstream of this game. And yeah, even with the 4 laps fresher tires, they couldn't overtake us, so that helped. That helped me as well. And yeah, I mean, those final laps, I was just trying to slow down in the first sector to not get DRTR from Leon, and then use my battery on the straights. And then on the last lap, I could actually push for once. And Pichu would have been also fine since the tire disadvantage I had, but I just I just went for it at the end. So
So speaking of
that's that.
that tire disadvantage, towards the last safety car, did you decide not to pit, or was it too late? The safety car came out as you was passing the pit.
I I didn't get the message that there was a safety car.
Oh, okay.
So in my mind, it was a virtual.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a brain failure or I don't know. Um, but yeah, at the end, it paid out. I still would have boxed if I went back
Yeah.
because I think it would have been the better option anyway. But yeah, happy I still won anyway.
It's pretty good race. For P2, we have Marius, this last season's championship winner. How do you find that race that you had today?
Um, I mean, it was good from P7. I'll definitely take a P3 or P2 or whatever it was. But at least the final stint was quite annoying, in the fact that it's impossible to overtake at a high-speed track like this with so much dead here and so little slipstream. I could have had 10 lap newer tires, I think, and it would still have been a challenge to get past Smith.
Yeah, because we was watching you towards the end of the race. You was getting real close to him. Like from what we was thinking was the back straight. You didn't really want to overtake him there, as he would just have the DRS coming up towards the main straight. Was that something you was planning coming towards the end of like the laps? Because you was right up his diffuser. Then when it come to turn one, we thought he was gonna make a move so many times, but you just decided to slot in behind him. Is that because he was covering you off pretty well? Or is it just it's that difficult around this track to make?
I mean, I was trying. I was deploying battery down the whole straight. It's just when there's no slipstream, I'm not getting any closer, and it would be quite reckless to go for a dive bomb into T1 like that from so far back. I would just have taken us both out.
Honestly, I think there was a bit of a scrap between you and Lorenz there. I didn't see if you had any damage. Was there any damage that you picked up there, or was it all clean?
Yeah, it was all clean. I had no damage.
That is Marius R. The person that was gonna win the race but had a penalty at the end, or well, P2 if I overtook him is Leon. You was obviously you're the season 1 and 2 championship winner, but obviously I wasn't here for that. So when I saw you grab pole today, it was very unexpected. How do you find it? Like, how do you find it coming back in five?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Obviously, I'm on wheel now for season 1 and 2. I was on controller. That's a long time ago, but yeah, obviously I'm much quicker on wheel now than I was on controller. But yeah, pole was quite unexpected. I wasn't expecting anything because this is like one of my worst tracks on the game. But yeah.
Obviously, you had that 3 second penalty. Just want to explain what happened there, because all we saw was you and Dr. Still having a bit of scrap, and then a 3 second penalty come.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? he was on like what 10 lap old hards, and I was on like 1. So I just went for the move, and he's just completely shoved me off. Not even like attempted to give me space. So that should be removed, or if it's not removed, I'll be very shocked. But yeah, the pace was very good. Me and Myth were clearly the fastest, considering we had like a 5 lap older tyres than the other guys.
Yeah.
The restart. But yeah, I think me and Myth managed the race pretty well. Just unlucky that I lost it in the last corner due to a slide.
Either way, it was
Do
a
you think
pretty
it's going
good
to
race
be?
from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was just gonna say, does he think it's going to be pretty close from that, like between him and Myth throughout the season, or
I don't know. I mean, it
like,
depends.
do you
Like,
think that Lorenz and Marius could have something to say about that?
they might have some tracks where they're better, but if I'm being honest, like, I think me and Myth are the quickest in the league. Not to like ego or anything, but like I've raced with Myth. I think it was last season. No, the season before, season 3. He was still very quick then. So I think it'll mainly be me and Myth for most of the season. That's obviously if I drive most of the races because I'm reserve. But yeah,
on, but everyone
Oh,
else
shit.
behind.
Shit. I don't know how. Well, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there, but I was disconnected from. I'll see if he drags me back and we get. Oh, there we go.
There
Sorry
he
about
is.
that. I'm back.
He's back.
There's it definitely wasn't on my prediction list as I didn't really know you guys have got the great players. I think it's gonna be very close between. Obviously, we have tracks like Monaco next where anything can happen, but
yeah,
I think you two are definitely the keep.
yeah. Thanks, one.
Thanks.
But
No,
that
we
is
will. Yeah, we will make sure we score the most amount of points at the end of the season.
well, that is race 1 for this season. Congratulations to Myth. But a very great race. I don't think you dropped out of the top 5 this entire race. I mean, maybe when you pitted, but other than that, it's a very strong race from you. Monaco next. Going to be very interesting. Don't know how you guys feel about that track, but see you guys. Oh, not next race. Sorry, my bad.
That's
Next race, maybe. Yeah.
I'll see you guys then. It's going to be the same time next week. It's going to be at Monaco.